tonight, where the Bruins of Bethel High School with a 2-1 record will be playing host to the undefeated and 10th-ranked team from the state of Virginia, the Hampton Crabbers. Mike Hauser along with Bob Hintz and Brent Musburger, as we will set sail down to about the 25-yard line, where Bob is down there right now with the head coach of the Bethel Bruins, Tracy Parker.
All right, we have Tracy Parker, head coach of the Bethel Bruins. And Tracy, I know you started off good. You won your first game, but your second one, you felt like you just made a lot of young mistakes.
Yes, the first ball game, we came out and executed pretty good. Second ball game, we had a lot of turnovers, and that was really a big emphasis the week after.
Well, I know you young men have bought into your system over there. You're doing a real good job with Bethel. But you've got one young guy that's been with you through the JV program and all. I'm talking, of course, about your quarterback, Mullins.
Well, it's always good to have a young man who's been in your program for 3 or 4 years. He understands what you're trying to do, and he's sort of a coach on the field.
That's so. And the kids respond to him. He's a good leader, isn't he?
Good leader, vocal leader, good student, just a good overall young man.
And you know, that's part of coaching. If you get those young men that just respond to you, but are also leaders in the school, that's always great. Playing Hampton has always been a big game with the Bethel Bruins. What do you expect from the Crabbers tonight?
Well, I expect them to play Hampton Crabber football, and we're going to come out and play Bethel Bruins football. You know, for us, we don't put any more emphasis on one game than any other game. We're just going to come out and do our best.
All right, now you and I had talked about this past week about you being in Division 6.
Mm-hmm.
You almost have to win the district in order to secure a place in the playoffs of Division 6, because you're losing a point because you don't play enough Division 6 teams.
Exactly. You know, we're in a tough situation. We understand what one loss in the district can do to us, and we just have to come out and play good football for the remainder of the season, taking it one game at a time.
Well, good luck to you tonight, Tracy. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go up to Mike.
All right, thank you, Bob. Again, the Hampton Crabbers, ranked number 10 in the state, after last week's win at Warwick, finally came alive offensively as they defeated the Warwick Raiders by a score of 66-20. And then the Bethel Bruins last Saturday evening played Minchville, and they took care of business there, winning 29-7. And as we get ready to go, we'll take it back down to the field where Bob now has Coach Mike Smith of the Hampton Crabbers.
We have Mike Smith here, Mike of the Hampton Crabbers. Last week, you guys put it together offensively as well as any team I've seen on the peninsula after 3 games. Just everything started to gel.
Well, I think that we played pretty good offensively, but I think Warwick just kind of got a shock to the system there early, and you know, sometimes those things happen. You play them again, you wouldn't score like that. It's our kids played hard and they played well, but we weren't 66 points further on offense than they were on defense.
Well, and your defense has always stepped up for you. It seems like it does every year, and it's always ready at the beginning of the year.
Well, you know, our defense has played well this year, although we actually cheated the defense some, I think, probably up until this past week. Spent more time last week, but we spent even more time this week on defense. I thought we played real well last week. We played a little sporadically there, sometimes on passing, and but I think we're playing a little better, you know. Good group of guys. They work hard. They're still young. We're still making a lot of mistakes, and we're not a good football team by any measure of imagination, but we're working to get a little better every day, you know.
Well, and see, that's the key. You're not good, but you're going to get good. You're going to improve every game.
Well, we hope we get better.
Yeah.
You know, you're either going to get better or get worse. You're not going to stay at the same level. So we try to work every day to get a little better, and then we try to work every week to be a little bit better than we were the week before. And it's a good, receptive group of kids. They work hard, and you know, we're playing a lot of kids, and they play. You know, they're not jealous of the other guy playing, so it's been good for us.
And that's a good thing that they don't care when somebody else plays for them. But you've got a lot of youngsters. You got a freshman playing that's starting for you, a sophomore playing a defense.
Yeah, we've probably either got 3 or 4 sophomores starting on defense, and on offense we're starting some young guys, and even with the offensive line, I think up in the last week, a lot of the guys, even though they're seniors, you know, they hadn't played. In fact, one kid, Isaac Kane, second year he had played football.
Right. Oh, that's right. You was telling me about that.
And I think he's improving, and he loves the game, and he switched from the band to football, and
He likes this better than carrying that tuba, doesn't he?
Well, I hope so. I think he does. I know he's been an asset to us.
Well, that's good. Well, Mike, listen, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and good luck tonight against Bethel.
Well, thanks. I know it's going to be one of those old backyard dog fights. Always is when you play people in the city, you know.
Yeah, it really is.
They're playing well. I think the quarterback, I'm very, very impressed with him.
Yeah, Mullins does a good job.
Fine young athlete. You know, throws the ball, runs the ball, and handles the team well. So we've got our work cut out for us.
Well, good luck to you tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Good. Now let's run up to Mike and tonight's starting lineups.
Thank you, Bob. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Zoom Sitco with locations throughout the peninsula. Subway, located at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue. Great subs, salads, and wraps. Tanya's Super Pet Center, where pets are not just animals, at 49 West Mercury Boulevard. And in part by Eric Thompson, Realtor. Call Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Call 881-2004. And Parkline Wood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armstead Avenue, where Nancy Staten is the manager.
She is that.
Welcome back, Bob.
Well, I tell you,
What'd you do, run?
Yeah, hopped up here. Let me tell you something. Mike Smith is probably as loose for a ball game as I've ever seen him. He was just as easy talking to. It was unbelievable. Let's go down the field and catch the officials.
Bethel has won toss. All right, the Bethel Bruins have won the toss and elected to receive, as the Crabbers will be kicking off from the east end zone. Tonight's officials, the referee is Dave Stollard. The umpire is Andy Rutherford. The lineman is Ron Wyatt. The line judge is Mike Hextall. The field judge is Frank Herndon, and the side judge is Warren Hall.
Mike, we are going to pick our player of the game from each one of these teams tonight, and they will receive a shirt. It comes from the Tidewater Team Sports. They're located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point and Newport News. It's your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidering, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411. Talk to either David Chubb or Terry McNamara.
And first chance we get, we'll give the Bethel Bruins starting offensive teams. They will be offensive on the field first.
Yeah, we got kicking off for the Crabbers. Who's kicking off tonight for the Crabbers?
Well, let's see. Matt Mitchell normally does the place kicking, but kicking off. Young man right there, I believe, is it 24? It
24,
is.
Yeah.
That's number 24. That's Marcus Bassett.
Marquise
Bassett. He's a 5'10" sophomore. A lot of sophomores and juniors on the team.
Mike's got a lot of youngsters on this team.
There's the kickoff. It's short. Taking it by one of the up players at the 30-yard line, and he's hit hard right at the 35.
All right, we'll give you the starters for the Bethel Bruins on offense.
That was number 15, by the way.
For the Crabbers on the stop?
No, on the carry back. That was Perry.
And there you see on the
Bethel starters.
Yeah, it's Bethel starters. That's
Darius
yours.
Mullen is quarterback. Brandon Campbell, Robert Preston, Barry Moore, Jeff Flugan, and Josh Jones. Those are your Derek Moore, Andre Morgan, Marcel Streeter, Brandon
Douglas.
Here we go. Mullen gets rid of the ball, but I don't see a Bethel receiver out there. Do you?
Well, I don't.
Yeah, he does. Number 14 was there.
Well, that could have very well been intentional grounding.
As Mullen was pressured big time there by the Crabbers' number 10, Sharon Childress. He came in hard.
Well, Childress plays that outside linebacker. Here's our defense. We got Evans, Fenner, Bassett, Childress, Brown, and Swan. Those are your men up front. In the backfield, we have McNeil, Hainsworth, Roster, Richardson, and Meeks. Those are your front man. Those are your 5 front guys for the Crabbers. And then you'll see your linebackers coming in and out
This is Darius Mullen right now as the quarterback. He is a senior for the Bethel Bruins.
In a shotgun formation with 3 wides down here at the bottom, and then we have evidently maybe a false start or something.
Jeffrey Fulgram is the single back there on that play. Let's see the call by our referee.
Dead ball foul. Delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Kind of rough to have a delay game right off the get-go.
Yeah, and you were second and 10, and that's not bad. But second and 15 now, you're putting a little pressure on it, but you're going to run the same play.
And that's Mullen back there in the shotgun along with Fulgren. And it looks like he's going back again. No, that's number 14.
14
back
is in the back, yeah.
That's Barry Moore.
There's a running play all the way.
That's right. He gets back about 4 of the 5 that he lost on a penalty. Let's see where they mark it.
Well, he got tripped up, but I don't know if he stumbled or one of the Crabbers got a hand on his foot as he ran by, but that was a run all the way, and they're just trying to spread the Crabbers out a little bit to give Mullins a little bit of running room, Mike.
Picked up 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 with the ball resting at the Bruin 36.
Watch the replay, and you see somebody got a hand on him. Now we got the same. Oh, we know we got a different setup, a wide at the top and the bottom, and 3 in the backfield.
Direct snap and a handoff to Moore up the middle, and got a big hole all the way to the Crabber 46-yard line. And I believe that's Moore.
That's just like a mini reverse. It's just a handoff back across the grain. Yeah, just like a draw, but it's back across the grain. You got the defense moving one way, and then you bring your runner back the other way. What a nice call.
He hit the hole in the right spot, too. Big gain for the Bruins, as that gives them a 1st and 10 at the Crabber 46-yard line.
Just did a great job that time of mixing up their offense for the Bruins. I'm sure the Crabbers thought that they were going to pass the ball.
Mullins back to throw over the middle to a wide open number 7. That's Fulgram. He came out of the backfield, and he's going to pick up.
As you watch the replay on here, this young man is 6 foot 175 senior, but he was wide open coming through the line. Nobody picked him up.
The Crabbers are being backed up right now, where the Bruins have a 1st and 10 at the Hampton 27, and they are driving to open up the first quarter of play against the Crabbers. Mullen under center this time. Hands the ball off to the tailback,
number 7. Yeah.
And he gets about 5 to the 22, maybe the 23, depends on where they mark it. Gain of 4.
But you're going to see whatever team can control the line of scrimmage is going to dominate this game. And right now, the Bruins are dominating, and they are moving the Crabbers on defense. Mike Smith and his crew will always make some adjustments during the game, and this is something that the spotters up here in the booth will be looking at.
2nd down, a long 5 now for the Bruins. And off to Moore again, up the middle, nice yards. He's got the 1st down plus a few. Gets inside the 15, down to close to the 12.
Barry Moore, 5'9", 175 senior. Really did a good job that time moving that ball. Watch the opening right there. Boom, right. And there's a good example of you don't have to knock the guy down that you're blocking, but if you shield him where he can't get a hand on the runner, you've done it just as good as if you pancaked him.
Got a 10-yard gain on the play, 1st and 10 for the Bruins.
Bruins come out with a lot of confidence in this first drive.
Mullen again under center. That's Moore and Fulgram behind him. There's Fulgram on the handoff, and look at the hole on the outside.
Just a tough runner and tough to bring down.
Brought down by the Crabbers, number 24. That's Marquise Bassett on the tackle.
Well, actually, Marquise had a hand on his leg, and it was end up being dropped by Isaac Brown. Brown plays that cornerback on that right side, and he's the one that really finished him off. But you got 2nd and looks like a short 5 or a long 4.
Ball is sitting inside the 7-yard line of the Crabbers. Back to pass over the middle to a wide open receiver in the end zone, and that is number 11, Joshua Jones, the tight end, as the Bethel Bruins have opened up their opening drive and went right down the field and scored.
Well, they started at what, the 35?
The 36, correct.
Ground view of this wide open tight end. We're proud to have David Allen's and Zoom sponsoring us again this year. Zoom supports the student athletes in Hampton and the city schools. Want to welcome a new corporate sponsor, Tanya Super Pet Center, located at Langley Square Shopping Center. The aquatics department features over 22,000 gallons of fresh and saltwater fish.
This is Weaver for the kick out of the hole to Preston. And it's good as the Bethel Bruins are out in front by a score of 7-0 with 8:10 to go here in the first quarter play.
And our other corporate sponsor for this first quarter, Subway, is located at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue. And we're talking about Heath Patel there. You can order your box lunches, your party platter specials for your next group meeting. Locally owned and operated in the Buckrow Beach area. Your choice of mouth-watering ingredients from sub salad or a wrap. I'm impressed with Fulgram, and Moore did a great job.
Setting up to kick off now for the Bruins is number 88, William Weaver. Back deep for the Crabbers is Jacoby Fenner. 8:10 to go here in the first quarter of play. The Crabbers down 7-0 early here in the first quarter of play. They'll probably want to kick the ball away from Fenner. We'll see how he does this. It is kicked to the near side here at the 20. As I believe, is that Mickens?
Number 20 for the...
That's Donovan Cotton on the carry.
Cotton on the catch.
Takes the ball at the 20, gets to about the 32, 12 yards on the return, where the Crabbers will start their first drive of the evening. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Hampton offense coming up.
Tyrod Taylor is the quarterback. That's Childress, Swan, Fenner, Cotton, and Hill are your backs. Richardson, Ragsdale, Childress, McNeil, and Kane are your linemen. Oh, what a hit. That was Donovan Cotton on the carry as he got stood straight up right at the line. Boom.
Nobody blocked that young man. Came straight up and made contact.
Tyrod Taylor, the quarterback for the Crabbers, gets the signal from Coach Mike Smith and breaks huddle. They're awful slow coming out of there. Remember the Bruins got stuck with a 5-yard delay of penalty call early in on their first drive. There's Taylor to throw the ball outside. I believe that's to number 11, Tevin Swan, and he is close to a first down. Depends on where they mark it. He may get 10 out of it.
Just a nice little flare-out pass, and he picked up the first down. If they depends on the mark.
Call timeout to do a measurement. The ball, I bet you the ball.
Here's your defense.
Blow, Bolden, King, Moore, Blow, and Preston. Orbit, Fulgram, Jones, and Jackson are your backs. Like they're, a couple inches short, so it's going to be second down and inches for the Crabbers. There's a shot of the cheerleaders of Bethel.
This is a good place for the quarterback keeper. Just go right straight ahead and pick up a couple inches. Got a good group right there. You got McNeil at the center, Richardson and Ragsdale both at your guard positions and just go over one of those. Richardson's been with him a long time. He's a young man you probably will go over. He's 230, 6 foot. McNeil is 215.
That is a keeper, and he breaks free. If he can get outside on this one, he might get a few extra yards. Tyrod Taylor all the way to the Bruin 45-yard line, where he picks up the 1st and 10 after a gain of 13 yards. He broke free after that initial hit.
Watch the replay.
After that initial hit, he broke free and kind of had to outrace the guys on the defense on this side of the field.
Nice stiff arm right there.
Crabbers have a 1st and 10 on their initial drive of the evening. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line of Bethel. 6:50 to go in the first period of play. Bethel out in front by a score of 7-0. There's a handoff to Fenner.
That's a delay, but there's about 6 Bruins around him.
Loss of 5 on the play as he was hit almost immediately as he got the ball from Taylor.
Well, when you have a delay and you got to hold your blocks, and they did not hold the blocks, they just come filing through. Watch the replay, and you'll see what I mean. It's just like a jailbreak.
Well, that was Justin Bolden from the defensive side, number 10 of Bruins, who came in untouched. Led the tackle on that play. 2nd down and 15 with the ball sitting in midfield for the Crabbers. 2 wide outs to the far side of the field. Taylor back to pass to a wide open number 11, and that is
Jones.
Tevin Swan, and he drops the ball.
Swan. Tevin Swan.
Ball hit him right in the hands. It couldn't hit him in a better spot. That was one of the problems that the Crabbers were dealing with in the first couple of games.
It probably is related to Kevin Swan, who played basketball for the Crabbers. I would think Kevin and Tevin pretty close to the same, but I have no information if they are brothers or not.
3rd down and 10 after the drop pass by Swan. Third down and 10 for the Crabbers. In the shotgun is Taylor. And there's the Crabbers with a delay of game. That's a quick 25 seconds, guys.
Dead ball foul. Delay game. On the offense.
Now it's going to be worse. It's 3rd down and 3rd and 20 now for the Crabbers after that delay of game penalty. Taylor in the shotgun. Going into, that's
Fenner in
motion. The high snap, and there's a pass over the middle, overthrown.
Wide open receiver.
Pass was intended for Sharon Childress, number 10, and that would have been close to a 1st down. So now the Crabbers are facing a 4th and 20.
And it's a punting situation. Here, watch the replay. Nice block there, but just a little bit over the head of the intended receiver. The Crabbers are coached by Mike Smith, head coach, of course. Alvis Mann, Danny Mitchell, Kenny Gilliam, Weymouth Williams, Myron Newsom, George Massenberg, Butter Williams, and Darius Donahue.
That's number 20, Parker, back deep for the Bruins.
Nice high kick.
A Crabber bounced down to about the 22-yard line.
Talk about the Bruins coaches. Tracy Parker's the head coach over there. Al Muhammad, Larry Estep, Wayne Jones, Dan Richard, Matthew Winder, Darrell Walker, J.C. Clement, Ortho Savage, and Gus Coleman. Those are your coaches for tonight's game. Next week, Hampton and Kickitan, October the 7th.
That was a 33-yard punt for the Crabbers, number 24, Marquise Bassett. That's Moore and Fulgren in the backfield for the Bruins, along with the quarterback, number 3, Darius Mullen. 1st and 10 for the Bruins. That's Fulgren on the handoff at the line of scrimmage. He's met by a line of Crabbers. and goes down, gaining about, look like about 3 yards there, as it looks like he gets close to the 25.
Fenner on the stop.
As they put the ball
They give
down
up 2.
just shy of the 35-yard line, or 25-yard line. Be 2nd down and 8 for the Bruins.
Hampton's going to have to show some defense here. They've had 2 receivers wide open. I don't know what the Bethel Bruins staff saw, but they found a place that is wide open on the Bruins on their pass.
There's a pitch that was fumbled by the Bruins, but recovered.
Well, the reason it was fumbled, he was hit, he being Mullins was hit as he was pitching the ball. I didn't catch who hit him.
Or falls on it back on the 17-yard line. That's a loss of.
Right there, one of the big linemen made the hit on the quarterback and caused the bad pitch.
A loss of about 7 on the play.
They were
3rd and 15 now for the Bruins with the ball back at their own 17-yard line.
Well, it was 2nd and 8.
Mullins again on a pitch, and he got it to him this time. He's got a nice lane down the sideline. And gets tripped up and goes out of bounds at the Bruins 38-yard line. Nice lane developed over there as it picks up a 1st down.
Defensively, they did not.
Flags down on the play, though, sitting right at the 30-yard line.
The defense did not do the job that they needed to do and turn that play back inside. We got a holding call.
Yeah, they shot. I could see it on the replay.
That'll hurt the Bruins because it'll be from the point of the infraction, so that moved the ball back 10 yards to about the 20-yard line.
So that'll give them a 3rd down and about 12.
Hold on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat 3rd down.
Ball should be placed near the 20.
They got it at the 19.
Okay, so it's 3rd down and 13 now. It's 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the 1st period. Bruins are still out in front by a score of 7-0. Mullins is in the shotgun.
Well, that option play really went good, and of course, sometimes if you hold a guy, you can get around that corner.
Here's a pass to the slot to number 4,
and it's
intercepted by number 11 of the Crabbers, Tevin Swan.
Tevin Swan made up for missing that.
And now there's a flag down here.
Made up for that missed open pass that he recovered.
Let's see what the flag is going to be. Let's see. Might get to see it right at the end of the play.
Might have been a face mask.
He picked that ball right up off the ground, too.
And he didn't try to avoid him.
Yes, there is definitely a face mask.
15-yarder, so it'll be half the distance to the goal. If it's at the, 16, so that'll take it down to the 8.
That wasn't even a intermittent type of face mask.
There was no doubt about that.
He pulled that one like he wanted to take his helmet off.
No doubt about that. Let's listen to the call.
After the interception, personal foul, face masking against Bethel, half the distance to the goal. The ball will be on the 5.5-yard line, 1st down, Hampton.
All right, so they said it was at the 11, so there you go.
1st and goal now for the Crabbers, just outside of the 5-yard line.
Big turnover.
He overthrows receiver who was wide open, too.
What nice hands that Tevin Swan showed that time.
Yeah. Wide outs to the near side is one, and the handoff up the middle inside the 5 down to the 4.
See who ran that ball that time.
Looks like it was number 30, and that was Pierre Wynn. Was number 30. Gain of about 2. It's inside the 4 now. It's 2nd down and goal.
Let's say 3.5. So it went from 5.5 to 3.5. We'll give him 2.
Okay. Brent Musgrove over here. He'll give him 2. Did you give him 2, Brent?
It's Fenner this time, and he is met at the line of scrimmage and
like he's going to lose.
Nowhere to go.
To
he lost some yardage that time.
Be the loss of about a yard. That's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 5 as the Bethel Bruin defense has risen to occasion. Here's a replay of it. Trying to slide off of the blocks, but the defense.
There was no hole there for Jacoby to go through.
Watch Taylor on a rollout to the left here. Oh.
It was a forward pass. That whole play did not look good.
Did not. It was intended for number 30, Pierre Wynn, but I guarantee you that wasn't a pass play.
I tell you, you talk about something that'll build up the confidence of Bethel Bruins if they can hold the Crabbers here from getting any points, and it does not look like they're going to go for a field goal.
4th and goal with the ball sitting just inside the 5. Looks like they got it set down near the 4, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, let's give them 4.
Fenner goes back out of the lineup, and they're going to end up with a delay here. He gets it off. He's rolling to his right. He's going to have to get rid of it. He's tackled for a loss back at the 10-yard line.
And that was number 44 making the stop that time, Tyler Blow, defensive end, 6'2", 200 sophomore.
So the Bethel Bruins defense comes up big as they hold after the turnover, and they will take over 1st and 10 with the ball resting at their own 10-yard line.
Crabbers, I don't know that I can remember the time that the Crabbers had a 1st and goal at the 5.5, and they ended up at the 10-yard line after 4 plays.
2 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play with the Bethel Bruins out in front, 7-0. Mullins is under center again. Hands the ball off to Moore. He's at the 10 to the 11. And
he's hit by number 32 for the Crabbers, and that's Billy Evans. And Billy is a 195, 5'10 sophomore.
Ground level. This is a perfect shot of this play. Gets about a yard on the play, and then he's brought down. 2nd down and 9. The 2nd down and 9 for the Bruins at the 11-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the opening period of play. Last day of September 2005. This month sure did go by fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
Mullins on a handoff.
That looked like a scrum that time. Just a bunch of people. Talk about a crew. We got cameras. Nathaniel Braxton, Susan Bowers, Jeremy Ferris, Steve Fryer, and Mike Nowinski. On the camera crane, we got Monique Bird, graphics and animation, Andy Foley, slow motion instant replay, Andre Mattingly, camera control, Sarah Myers, production assistant, Renee Camden, audio and chief engineer, Don Charaus, and director, producer, big guy, Scotty Beamia Bowers.
3rd down and 6 with the ball sitting at the Bruin 15-yard line. Mullins in the shotgun. Goes back, and he hands off on a draw. 2 more as he gets about 2 yards, and the Crabbers defense stuffs him at the 17-yard line for a gain of 2. That'll bring up a 4th down and 4 for the Bruins.
There you go, punting situation. Last week, 2 weeks ago when Bethel lost the game, I talked to Tracy Parker, and he said that second game, we just were not prepared. We just made some youthful mistakes, and he said, I think we learned some lessons. They had too many turnovers. They had 7 turnovers in that game that they lost to Heritage.
This is Weaver back to punt, or in punt formation for the Bruins. As he gets it off, and like the Crabbers, well, he did pick it up. That is Swan at the 48. He gets to about the 44.
But that's a dangerous thing, right?
Yeah, that was a play that he took a chance on, definitely. But he gets he picks up about 5 on the play to the 44, where the Crabbers will take over 1st and 10. 12 seconds to go in the first period of play. Yeah, that's kind of a rough one to take with a Bethel player right in front of him. But he's being aggressive.
You want him to be aggressive.
Crabbers have, looks like a time for at least one play before the end of the quarter.
This has been a quick first quarter.
Going deep down the sideline to number 9, overthrown to Isaac Hill. There is a flag back in the backfield.
I think.
And I believe it's
holding or roughing the passer. We got holding against the Crabbers.
Still got 5 seconds to go in the quarter. See if we can see the hold before he lets go of the ball. Nope. So that would be 15 yards from the spot of the foul, which is
it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
10 yards. So that'll back them up to their own 41. Basically, it's a loss of 16.
Hold on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Spot of the foul was 6 yards beyond the line of scrimmage plus the 10. That's basically a 16-yard penalty assessed against the Crabbers. So after the incomplete pass and the penalty, it's still first down, but it's 1st and 25 now for the Crabbers. Taylor back to pass and overthrows.
That should be the end of the first quarter.
I believe that's Childress out there. Either way, it's an incomplete pass to the Crabbers. It's going to be a 2nd down and 25. And that is the end of the first quarter of play. So at the end of one, the Bethel Bruins lead the Hampton Crabbers by a score of 7-0 here at Darling Stadium.
And the second quarter is brought to you by Zooms, where you can get Citgo gas, Krispy Kreme donuts, hot prepared food. Zooms is proud to present the Eagle Award, which is recognizing the athletes who have exceeded in academics in the Hampton school system. Zooms all over the peninsula. And, of course, by Tanya's Super Pet Center, located at Langley Square Shopping Center. The dog and cat supplies by the thousands. Tanya's main feature is the pet knowledge of the staff. And, of course, by Subway at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue. Dine in, drive up, or order the box lunch or the party platter special for your next group meeting or your gathering. Subway, where Heath Patel and his wife Chital is there. Give them a call at 722-9513.
I think everybody in the entire crew appreciates the Subway sandwiches prior to each game. They are great tasting. Like having our own built-in dinners, you know?
Yeah, somebody said especially Mike Hauser, and I want to know who said that. Somebody been watching you eat a lot, Mike?
All right, Hampton starts 2nd down and 25 with the ball sitting at the 41-yard line. Play of the second period. It's Fenner in motion. Back to pass, and
the ball was blown dead. Let's see, because we have a false start or what?
Well, just like everything last week went right for the Crabbers, right now everything is going wrong, as they don't seem to be able to get on track so far this evening.
Dead ball foul. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, right now the Crabbers are going in the wrong direction.
So it's now 2nd down and 30 for the Crabbers. One of the things we haven't seen tonight is we haven't seen Taylor run the ball like he did last week. Let's see if that's going to change here. Back to pass. Over the middle to a wide open number 9, and that is Isaac Hill.
Isaac Hill got all the way down. And the
One referee is saying it's down. Now he turns and changes his mind and says it's a fumble.
Oh, that's a big play. There was a good offensive move by the Crabbers to get some yardage, but I thought he was down, but obviously he wasn't.
We should be able to see it here. Hill gets the ball, turns around, starts running. He's hit. The ball is out of his hand before he goes down. That is a good call. defensive player was pulling the ball out of his arms as he was turning over. So the Bethel Bruins take over possession after the fumble by the Crabbers.
Each team has now had a turnover. Crabbers did not take advantage of their turnover. Let's see what the Bruins can do.
Darius Mullen now, the quarterback, under center. Takes a snap and is going to set the throw. There's a short pass out here to the back, and that's Fulham. He's going to pick up about 4 on the play out to the 45.
And it looked like Jacoby Fenner on the stop. Yep, that's Fenner.
That was a nice read, too, by Mullen, because he was being pressured behind the line of scrimmage and got rid of the ball just in time. 2nd down and 6 now for the Bruins at the 45-yard line. Coming wide to the near side is number 15. That's Perry. Also number 83 wide to the near side.
That's Campbell.
That's Paxton.
Paxton.
Got a whistle blown here. Not real sure at this point what it is. Looks like it's going to be a penalty.
Dead ball foul. Delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Well, they are fast on that 25-second call tonight, aren't they? We've had more delay games tonight than we've seen all year so far, huh? That puts it back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 now, with the ball sitting just outside of their own 40-yard line. Mullen on a keeper.
Ran out of a tackle.
Ran out of a couple of tackles and gets big yards out to the Crabber 41-yard line. That's an 18-yard gain for Mullins and a 1st down for the Bruins.
And that was Fenner again on the stop.
Had him there. So at the 42-yard line, the Bethel Bruins will have a 1st and 10 in Crabber territory. 10:37 to go on a running clock right now in the first half of play. Mullen on a handoff up the middle.
And he is stopped by guess who? Fenner.
He was hit hard.
Fenner they list him at 187, 5'10", and he's just a junior, and he's been playing that linebacker spot this is his 3rd year. Got a brother up at the University of Massachusetts and another one playing a wide receiver for the Maryland Terrapins.
2nd down and 10 as he got back to the original line of scrimmage. There's another handoff to Pilgrim again, and he gets to about the line of scrimmage. The 42. So no gain on that play either. That'll make it 3rd down and 10. As Fenner again on the stop.
I don't have the percentages, but if you're talking picking up the 1st down on a 3rd down, right now the Bruins are doing it. They're coming up with the play call and the execution that they need to pick up the 1st down, and this is a long one. 3 wides at the top of the field.
It was almost intercepted.
And it was caught by number 4.
Out of his hand into number 4.
Brandon Campbell. They love this guy.
That was Swan on the interception, and it bounced out of his hand right straight into Campbell.
Nice camera work that time. They like Brandon Campbell. They said he's got great hands and he made good catches, and there was good concentration that time.
That was actually Marquise Basson on the defense there that had the interception, and it went through his hands.
Bruins are going to take a timeout because it's 4th down and 1.
This is a key play right here in this first half early. 8:35 to go in the 2nd period of play. The Bruins still out in front of the Crabbers by a score of 7-0. And so far tonight, it's been all Bethel. Hampton's offense has not been able to get on track at this point.
Well, the defense have given up too many big plays, too. When it's been third down and long, they've given up big plays. We will pick a player of the game from each one of these teams tonight. That player receive a shirt. It comes from the Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point and Newport News. It's your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidering, uniform, and apparel. Call 594-0411. Talk to either David Chubb or Terry McNamara. I told you next week, October 7th, we got Hampton back here against the Kecoughtan Warriors. The following week, we get to see Bethel play Warwick. That's October the 14th. And then on the 21st, the big game a lot of people looking forward to, Phoebus and Hampton, October 21st.
4th and 1 for the Bruins. That's Mullen under center.
Trying to draw him off.
Oh, and his tight end moved. Oh, my. So instead of drawing off the Crabbers, his own player moved. That's going to cost the Bruins 5 yards on the play. Instead of 4th and 1, it's now going to be 4th and 6.
Well, you still might not punt the ball. Your defense is really doing a good job.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And I don't think that Tracy Parker's going to punt the ball.
Yes.
I think he's going to go for it because they have been coming up big on plays when they need to. And you punt the ball, you may, if it goes in the end zone, you may pick up about 20 yards, and that's about it.
Well, Tracy Parker just called his second timeout.
Timeout, Bethel.
As the Bruins take their second timeout of the first half.
Well, maybe he's rethinking that. Maybe he's rethinking. Maybe we ought to punt.
8:35 to go in the second quarter, up 7-0 over the Crabbers. It's a 4th down and 6 play from the Crabbers' 38-yard line.
If they get a chance to punt the ball, maybe he thinks if we get it high enough, maybe we can down it inside the 10, which would really put the Crabbers in a hole.
And so far, the Bruins defense has been able to hold Hampton from doing anything. And that's exactly what they're doing.
The young man that punts and kickoff is for number 83, Drew Paxton.
Number 88 is going into punt now for the Bruins.
Oh, that's 88. That's right. William Weaver.
One that's done the kicking so far today.
And he's just a sophomore. That's not who he gave me. He's Paxton. Now he's using somebody else. That's all right. William Weaver, 6'3", 200-pound sophomore.
So for the Crabbers, that's Swan that's back along with Fenner. As the kick goes towards Swan as he picks it up at the 9. If he can get a block, and he didn't, he's going to go down.
Well, he was getting a block, but he was late getting a block there.
There's a flag thrown on that block, and I'm not real sure what that would have been called for.
Looked like a good block to me. Watch the replay. He's just looking for a block right here.
He didn't get it.
Well, that was a good. What's nothing wrong with that block?
He's calling a chop block on a play like that.
Well, okay.
Well, that's what the referee called.
Well, that even puts the Crabbers further in the hole. So now if the Bruins can come up with a turnover.
Basically,
well, actually, he didn't even hit him.
He didn't even touch him. He fell right
below the
straight
waist
to the ground.
on the receiving team, half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. 1st down at the 4.
That was intent. I got to talk to my buddy McCullough. Not about that call, but about that call we had a couple of weeks ago.
You're talking about the offsetting penalties.
We don't have offsetting penalties.
Well, that's been proven in 2 other games since that. Here's a handoff to.
That looks like number 20 for the Crabbers. That's Cotton, Donovan Cotton. He's a 12th grader, 6 foot 187.
It's out to about the 6-yard line. Going to gain a couple of yards on a play. 2nd down and 8.
Right now, the Crabbers want to get a little bit of breathing room, pick up at least the initial 1st down, so at least you're not punting with the ball with your punter in the end zone.
I hope that both of the coaches now recognize the fact that the referee is going to be quick on the whistle in regards to the delay
once
games
he starts the clock.
There's a draw again to Cotton. He gets free and outside the 15 down to about the 17.
Picked up that 1st down. What a big 1st down and a nice run by Cotton.
Picks up about 10 on the play, and that'll give the Crabbers a first down. Here's a replay of it. Nice move there to get out of the way of that defensive player. First and 10 with the ball sitting at the 17-yard line. 7:25 to go in the second period of play. Hand off to Fenner as he is bottled up.
Submarine in there by number 69 for the Bruins, and that is Jared Corbett, 5'10", 210 junior. Boy, he just shot the gap and was underneath the blocker. Lost a couple, didn't he?
Yes, he lost about 5 on the play.
Wow, what a nice defensive play.
Lost 3 on the play. Second down and 13 with the ball inside.
He's the nose guard.
15 with the ball sitting at 14.
He actually plays a nose guard, 2 ends, 2 rovers, and 2 outside middle line and 1 middle linebacker.
Here's the pass that is overthrown to number 10, Childress. Taylor is missing his receivers pretty bad tonight. He hasn't been too accurate. He's been pressured.
He hit one right in the hands and he dropped it.
Yep.
So
watch the pressure. That's number 69 of the Bruins getting through there again, and he kind of just whipped it out there, and he overthrew it. Third down and 13 now for the Crabbers.
Well, this is a big play because, again, you're deep in your own end of the field. You want to pick up a first down, get yourself some breathing room, and maybe give you some options that you don't have. We got a double wide out down at the bottom of the screen, as you can see right there, and then a wide at the top, and somebody in motion.
That was Fenner in motion, and nowhere to go as the Bethel Bruins sack Tyrod Taylor inside the 10 down at about the 8-yard line.
That's 69 again in on the tackle. That young man I was talking about, the nose guard, Jared Corbett, along with Joshua Jones, 230, 6'2" senior. And he's blowing the defense, and there was no place for him to go.
The loss of 7 on the play, 4th down and 19 for the Crabbers.
And you are kicking out of your end zone, and that's not
exactly what Bethel wanted.
That's not what Mike Smith wanted, but you're right. Right now, Bethel is really outplaying the Crabbers.
Nice high punt out to about the 30, taken fair catch by number 20. That's Parker of the Bruins. So, yes, the punt by the Bruins on a 4th down has netted them the fact that their defense went out there and took care of business, and they're going to take over 1st and 10 on the Crabbers.
And they are in better field position right now than they were when they punted a minute ago. So they really come out ahead on that switch of possessions.
Down to 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the second period of play. 1st and 10 from the Crabbers, 33 for the Bruins. Darius Mullen is quarterback under center. Handoff is to Fagerman. He gets up to inside the 30, gain of about 4. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6 for the Bruins.
Right now, the Bruins are controlling the line of scrimmage, and they seem to have a little bounce in their step. Right now, the Crabbers look a little confused out there, especially on offense. They can't seem to get anything going.
Has Mike Smith turned his hat around yet? Oh, yeah. 2nd down and 6 for the Bruins. There's Mullen on a sweep to the right side. He breaks free, gets down near the 20-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 10 yards and another first down for the Bruins. Look at the hole he picks as he goes around the defense.
Aubrey Minkins finally making the stop, but that Mullins is really impressing me. Mike Smith in that interview talked about how good a quarterback and how good an athlete this young Mullins kid is. He's been with the program since he's been a JV. The team leader out there for the Bruins. And right now, he is leading them down the field.
1st and 10 at the 20. Mullins on a pass over the middle, and that's the same play they scored a touchdown on, as it was intended for Jones, incomplete. Second down and 10 for the Bruins at the 20-yard line now.
Look like Aubrey Meekins on the just a little old jump pass. You don't see many of those anymore. As Scotty thought it looked like a little baby hook. But it wasn't basketball, Scotty, in your wrong sport.
Second down and 10. Wide to the near side is Robert Preston. As he's the lone wide receiver now. There's a handoff to Fulgren again, up the middle. And there is a flag by the referee. That may be a hold on the Bruins. Let's
hold
see.
or face mask. We got hold is the preliminary call.
That'll be from the line or from the spot of the foul, which the spot of the foul looks like about the 19.
That'll take it back to the 29. And you want to take them back. You want to make a long field for them as much as you can because they really are clicking on all cylinders on their offense, they being the Bethel Bruins.
Hold on the offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, second down. Frank.
Our referee tonight, Dave Stollard, has done a admirable job using that microphone to let everybody hear what the call is.
Has he been doing an admirable job everywhere else?
I don't know. This is the first time we've seen him.
But he does handle that microphone real good.
Second down and 19 now for the Bruins at the 28-yard line of the Crabbers. Mullins drops back to throw the ball down deep sideline, overthrown, intended for Campbell down in the left corner of the end zone.
Number 7, Isaac Brown, defending on the play.
He had him covered all the way. Third down now and 19 for the Bruins.
Campbell's a young man they like. They like his hands. As we watch this replay.
Had single coverage out here, and it was just overthrown.
Tracy Parker thinks the defense has gotten better each game as a unit. Menchville had a 1st and goal on the 5, and they held them. And they've done that with the
Hampton had the same
Crabbers
thing.
had a 1st and goal on the 5.5, and they held them.
Third down and 19 now for the Bruins. Mullins in the shotgun, and that is a handoff to Fulgrim. A little delay, and he's getting a lot of yardage. Gets all the way down to the 15. That's going to be about 5 yards short of the first down. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 5.
Well, he is showing some nice, nifty moves that time. Watch this from the moves he makes. Right there, finally gets brought down by, it looks like, number 22.
That brings Weaver
Billy Evans
to kick the field goal attempt out of the hold of Preston, number 1.
I think that was 22. That must be Meekins.
This will be down at the 22. This is a 32-yard field goal attempt by William Weaver. Kick is up long enough if it's straight enough, and it is.
No good. It's off to the left.
Just off the left side. And that was a good kick, too.
Got good foot in it.
So the Crabbers get, bite the bullet again, get away with it.
They dodged the bullet.
Yes, indeed. As the Crabbers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, down to 3:09 to go in the first half of play.
And I cannot tell you the last time that the Bruins held Hampton or anybody held Hampton scoreless in the first half.
They just showed a replay of the field goal, and it was so close. It looked like the ball was on the other side of the pole.
No, it was on this side. When I looked at it, I could tell the ball blocked the pole out from my angle.
1st and 10 for the Crabbers at their own 20. That's number 20 for the
that should
Crabbers.
Be Cotton.
That's Cotton, as he gets good yardage out to about their own 28.5, 29-yard line. 8-yard gain at least. Let's see where they mark it. Marks it at the 29. 9-yard pickup by Cotton. It'll be a 2nd down and 1. That's their best run of the game. Down to 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go as the clock stopped as he ran out of bounds. Crabbers still have all 3 timeouts, by the way. Bethel is down to 1 left in the first half.
Back in the shotgun formation. Now we got
a delay of game penalty again.
Dead ball foul, delay of game on the offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Oh, instead of second and 1, now it's going to be second and 6.
Well, that looks like a long 6, short 7.
They moved the ball 6 yards, guys.
Well, they've done it before. Well, I don't know.
Usually it's been 4 yards, right?
They made up for that 4-yard penalty we had the last
did it
one of the game.
They did it twice before, remember? So instead of second down and 1, the referee set it down, and then second down and 7. Here's a pitch over here. Is that Fenner or Cotton? It's Cotton, and he is wrapped up after a gain of about a yard. He's going to be shy of the 25.
Right now, the Crabbers are struggling on offense. They can't seem to get anything going because the defense is playing such doing such a good job for the Bruins. They're really taking away any outside runs by the Crabbers. And when the Crabbers try to cut it back inside, there are Bruins they're waiting for.
The Bruins linebackers are filling the gaps. That's for sure. Third down and 6 now for the Crabbers. As pass play again is overthrown, intended for number 10, Childress.
Well, I don't know if that was intended for Childress or not, but if he hadn't got his hand on it and slowed that ball down, it may have got received by the young man who was further down the field, and that's number 21 for the Crabbers,
Fields.
And that's Sean Fields.
So the Crabbers are going to have to set up the punt now as number 24, Marquise Bassett, comes in to punt the ball away for the Crabbers.
And there's Monique on our camera crane up in the air. She's got a good seat up there.
Nice high punt for the Crabbers as he calls for a fair catch. Lets it drop as it gets a Crabber roll out to the Bruin 42-yard line. 32 yards on the punt for Bassett, where the Bethel Bruins will take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line. 2:02 to go here before halftime as the Bruins still lead the Crabbers by a score of 7-0. They're going into their no-huddle formation like they did a lot last year.
There's Dr. Russo standing up there in the center of your screen. That's the boss, so to speak.
The boss.
The boss. Oh, it's not so to speak. It's for sure.
And off up the middle.
And that ball was not a well-centered ball, but yet they picked up some yardage.
Picked up about 5 on the play.
The difference in that play and when the Bruins are on defense is that the Bruins have been in the backfield about the time the ball got there.
So second down and 5 for the Bruins at their own 48.
Clock is running. The Bruins have just one timeout left.
1:35 to go. 3 wideouts to the far side of the field. Again, this time it's Mullins on a keeper. And number 10 for the Crabbers, Sharon Childress, was standing there waiting on him. He still ends up picking up about 3 on the play, though.
But when you tackle a guy and throw him forward, it's always good for the offensive to have been thrown forward, because sometimes you throw them right up into a first down.
Third down and 1 as the Bruins are already at the line of scrimmage.
Right here, kicks him and then throws him forward.
Here's Mullins again, and he pitches this time back to Moore, and he is short of the first down by about a half a yard. That's going to bring up a 4th and short 1 for the Bruins.
Well, they're going to take time out to measure, and that really helps the Bruins because now the coaching staff gets to talk to at least Tracy Parker gets to talk to Mullins while they're making a measurement here.
It's almost like taking a timeout, but without having to spend it. It's about a half a yard short. So the question is, with 52 seconds left,
yeah, you go for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, he not only could go for it, but you could go for a long pass in this situation. This is not a bad place to do that. Your defense has come up big.
Yeah.
And you got less than a minute to go in the game, and the clock is now running.
Down to 45 seconds. Mullen on a keeper, easily gets it, breaks free. He's at the Crabber 33-yard line, where the Bethel Bruins will have a 1st and 10.
And that tackle was by Aubrey Meekins. Aubrey Meekins is did a good job at that time. Everybody else is having trouble catching him. Now we got a timeout. Who's the timeout up for?
Timeout was taken by the Bethel Bruins. That's
their final one then, yeah.
So that's it for them as far as timeout is concerned. 39 seconds to go. 1st and 10 at the Crabber 32-yard line, just outside the 32. Tell you what, Bob, so far tonight, the Bethel defensive and offensive lines has had their way against the Crabbers.
They've controlled the line of scrimmage. There's no doubt about that. And if you control the line of scrimmage, you will win ball games. You'll win a lot more ball games than you lose. And right now, you have nothing to lose if you're the Bruins, is to go down the field, go to the end zone, or at least get first down where you can stop the clock, or out of bounds on an out pattern. But you got to put the ball in the air.
Mullen's back in the shotgun. He's back to pass. He lets throw, and this one's going to be overthrown and almost intercepted by the Crabbers' Isaac Brown.
He was hit, and hit hard, by number 66 by the Crabbers, I believe it. Yeah, number 66 for the Crabbers, and that's Terrell Wilson. And
Boom.
This young man is just a freshman. Just a freshman, 2'11", 6'3", freshman, and he leveled Mullins as he threw that pass.
The pressure by the Crabber defensive player that time is what caused the overthrow. He overthrew the nearest receiver by 10 yards. 2nd down at 10. Mullins on a keeper, gets about 1.5 yards, 2 yards on the play, short of the 30.
And I think they're just going to let it go, let the clock wind down.
And we're down to 20 seconds to go. There's enough time for 1, maybe 2 plays, if they hurry up.
That tackle again was by Wilson.
Back to throw. Sets up, throws over the middle of the field, intended for number 83, and that is Paxton. It's incomplete. That's with 5 seconds to go. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Bruins. He was double, almost triple coverage as there was Crabber surrounding him. He went up to the ball.
Down, Mike.
Okay, they just flipped over the. They'll try to set up for a field goal here, and that's going to end up being
like about a 42-yarder.
Oh,
no, 40.
That's a 47-yarder. This is going to be a pretty good sized kick here.
Well, this can be run back.
Well, it was a high snap and never really had a chance. It was caught in the end zone by Crabber, and that should end the first half of play. So at the end of the first half of play, the Bethel Bruins out in front of the Crabbers of Hampton by a score of 7-0. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly for second half action here at Darling Stadium. back to second half action here at Darlington Stadium, where the Bethel Bruins are out in front of the Hampton Crabbers by a score of 7-0. Mike Hauser along with Bob Hintz and Mr. Musgrove.
He can't say Brent because if he says Brent, you know he's going to say a different name. So.
Oh, goodness gracious. First half action was very sloppy, especially on the Crabbers' end of the side of the ball. Right. Stats-wise, the Bruins, 21 carries, 106 yards, where the Crabbers had 12 carries for 9 yards.
Unbelievable.
25 yards passing for the Bruins on 3 of 9, and the Crabbers they had 39 yards passing, 2 of 8. 2 first downs for the Crabbers, 7 for Bethel. Bethel stopped themselves mostly in the first half on penalties, 6 penalties for 60 yards, and the Crabbers had 4 penalties, 25 yards. I tell you, the Crabbers' defense and offensive line right now are being manhandled by the Bruins.
The Bruins come out with a good game plan, and they're sticking to it. Tracy Parker and his staff have done a good job. They're saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what we know are Hampton's weaknesses, and this is where our strengths are, and this is what we're going to do. And they're just doing it. They are controlling the game right now, and they're very uncharacteristic of the Crabbers. But I have watched in the past, as you have, Mike, Hampton makes so many adjustments at halftime that really just like it's a different team that comes out here.
Well, it was
Tommy Austin from the Crabbers is watching. I mean, from Kickintan Warriors watching this game tonight.
I went to see Hampton play Warwick last week, and it's night and day. They don't look like the same team out there, and I'm not real sure at this point what it is. The offense is not clicking. Some of their passes are overthrown. You got to hand it to the Bethel Bruin defense.
Well, they're putting some pressure on them, but the receivers has been open for the most part. But I think Tyrod is being pressured a little bit, and he's throwing a flatter pass, is not getting any air and is not getting an arc on it, and letting the receiver run underneath it. He's throwing it more on a line drive, and it's just sailing right over the head of the receiver. Of course, he's had a couple drop passes. But Bruins did not take advantage of a turnover and had the ball first and goal at the 5.5, and they did not take advantage of that. And that's got to make the Bethel Bruins feel real good right now.
Yeah, one change we want to make everybody aware of, there was a jersey number change in the beginning of the game that we weren't aware of. Number 88 is Drew Paxton and not William Weaver.
Number 83 is Weaver. Yeah, so we apologize to Mr. Paxton for that.
Paxton is number 88.
And he's the one that's doing the kicking.
So the Crabbers will get possession to start the third period of play as the Bruins are lined up and ready to kick the ball off to start the third period play. As the Bruins are out in front by a score of 7-0. Kick is to Fenner at the 15-yard line, 25 to the 30. That's where he is brought down.
And that was number 20 for the Bruins are making the stop, and that's Lonell Parker, 5'9", 165 junior. We will pick a player of the game from each one of these teams tonight, and they will receive a shirt. The shirt comes from Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidering, uniform, and apparel. Call 594-0411. Talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. And the second half.
I'm sorry. Just to let you know up front, it looks like the chain is broke. It looks like they just fixed it.
Well, they just fixed it. Zoom is proud to have David Allen and Zoom sponsoring us again this year. Zoom supports the student athletes in Hampton schools. A great community supporter, Zooms and David Allen.
It was funny watching him stretch out the 10-yard marker, and the guy standing at the 40 was on the 45, and he'd gone 15 yards. Tyrod Taylor is being forced out of bounds back at the 30-yard line. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. That play didn't do anything.
And he didn't know sure what he was going to do. Tanya Spett, a Super Pet Center located at Langley Square Shopping Center. As you watch the replay, stop by the reptile department and see Big Ben, a 17-foot Burmese python. And the Subway, 1807 East Pembroke Avenue. Heath Patel there. Give him your order of your favorite combination of freshly baked bread, meat, or vegetarian. You can get a 6-inch sub up to a 6-footer. Sure to satisfy any appetite.
Got a good mark on that, too. The replay showed him going out of bounds definitely at the 29. This time he keeps it and gets about 9 out to the 39-yard line.
He found a crease that time, Mike.
That's exactly what Bethel was doing in the first half. That's the same play Mullins was doing. He found that crease and took off.
Goes down the line. Watch the replay. Goes down the line and says, okay, there's my opening. And he just cuts through, and he picked up 9 yards.
Third down and
very
1.
Important, very, very important for the Crabbers to establish a ground game right now and get a first down and keep this ball. You do not want to punt it on your first possession.
Taylor on a keeper over the 40.
Well, that'll be a first down if they spot it over the 40.
And that's exactly what they've done. They spotted it just short of the 41. So he'll pick up a couple of yards and a first down as the Crabbers continue their opening drive here in the second period of play, or second
Just
half
watch
of play.
Another scrum. It looks like that old, what is that, rugby they do a scrum in.
And look where they set the ball.
Well, let's just cross. Let's give them the 41. The nose of the ball is almost on the 41, but the down marker isn't. So, I mean, the chain marker isn't.
First and 10 for the Crabbers. Hand off to Fenner.
And there's an opening right there.
That's something we didn't see a whole lot of.
Tackle.
Didn't see a lot of that in the first half. As he gets out to the 45-yard line, 5-yard gain.
That was number 20 making the tackle. Lonnell Parker, number 20. What a good job he did.
5-yard gain on the play for the Crabbers. Second down and 5 with the ball sitting at the 45-yard line.
We picked up 5, but I tell you, Mike, it looked like he was going to get a lot more than 5 yards on that carry.
Excellent defensive play as he got the good stick.
Really clamped down quick and closed up on that runner.
Taylor again on a handoff to Fenner. He's going to lose about a yard.
Nowhere. It seems like the Bruin defense are just beating the offensive front line. They're just getting through and into the backfield.
Third down and 5. They lost about a half a yard on the play.
Well, he was hit at least a yard, if not further, in the backfield that time. He being Fenner.
Another flag. It looks like the left-hand side of the Crabber offensive line moved a little early.
Move him clear back to make it a 3rd and 10, or almost 3rd and 11, won't it? Let's see the call.
This is something that hurt both teams in the first half on their drives. On third down and medium to long.
Dead ball foul, encroachment on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
And all that means is he lined up in the neutral zone. So now we got a big third down and 11.
Making total 11 yards now for the Crabbers. Third down.
Down at 11, Taylor on a run to the right. He's going to make the first down and a whole bunch. He may go all the way. He will go all the way in. That is a 60-yard run for Taylor.
Well, let's give him 61 yards, Mike. It was at the 39.
I'll give him that extra yard.
Dang right. They're going to say it was 11. We'll give it to him.
On a sweep to the right side of the line as he goes all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Watch this thing right here. He just did a great job of breaking it in and then just showed some tremendous speed. And look at that.
Had a chance of getting him right there, but he slipped through the tackle and goes in for the score.
You got something that they saw worked. But that's the first time they got outside on the Bruins tonight.
Matthew Mitchell now in for the extra point to try to tie the game. Snap the hold is down, the kick is up and through.
And it looks good.
So with 9:19 to go in the third period of play, the Crabbers take the opening kickoff in the third period and drive all the way down the field and score to tie it up at 7 apiece. Well,
that was Matt. Who was that kicking that ball?
That was Matthew Mitchell. He kicks the extra points.
Well, the Crabbers got more yardage on that play than they had in the whole first down. first half, but what was really neat about it is they had to overcome a tremendous defense by the Bruins, because the Bruins have moved him clear back, third and long.
Well, that was a 6-play, 70-yard drive, all on the ground.
Not a pass. And when was the last time you saw Hampton score and never use a pass on a touchdown? But that ties the score up. So right now the Bruins have to respond.
Kickoff by the Crabbers down to the 15, taken by Fulton. 20, 25 to the 30 as he is brought down by the Crabbers. And that's where Bethel will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Number 81, last one to get off the pile, John Singleton, 165, 5'10", sophomore for the Crabbers.
Early making a stop for the Crabbers. Ball marked at the 30-yard line where the Bruins will take over, 1st and 10.
Now we'll see if that score will make the Hampton Crabber defense a little more stingy here in the second half.
That was a 70-yard drive, 61 of them coming on that last play by Taylor. So here is Mullins in the shotgun. And he pitches it out here to Moore. He gets back to the 30, and he might gain maybe 2.
But I tell you, Fenner did a good job of sticking him, and then some of the other Crabbers come in and cleaned up for him. But
number 62 was the last one to hit him, and that was Tim Richardson.
Watch this and see if Mullins doesn't get hit right good.
Oh, he slipped him.
Right there. Now watch Fenner come up right there and stick him and drive him sideways.
Fenner has been in almost every play tonight.
And, you know, this young man is just unbelievable. He's not that big, but boy, does his technique good. He's 187, 5'10", just a junior, but I tell you, 180 of that 187 pounds is muscle.
8 of 3, second down to 7 for the Bruins. There's Mullen on a quick pass.
Oh, that left-handed pass. You got to hit the man low if you want to bring him down. They're trying to grab him around the shoulder.
That was number 83. That was Weaver, the one we kept calling the kicker in the first half.
Yeah, Weaver did a great job coming off of that offensive end.
Big game.
Weaver plays, well, they don't have him listed on my as a starter, but he was playing that tight end. Mullins running to the right, left-handed, and just popped that left-handed throw. Looked a little like Brunel there. What's that supposed to mean? Here he comes down. Whoa.
Fumble.
And the Crabbers
come down with it. Number 55 for the Crabbers. That was Sean Childress who got Mullins in the backfield.
Yeah, but number 24 is the one that got the ball. That was Bassett. How many times have we called his name tonight?
Yeah, but it was number 55 that caused the fumble for the Crabbers. Let's see. Here's a replay of it. Exactly what happened. 55 got him, caused the fumble. Childress goes down, and
Bassett comes up with the ball. We got a injured player down there.
Yeah, that is Billy Evans, who was
number
also
32.
In on it. Yep.
Yeah. Billy Evans, and he's just a sophomore, 195, 5'10", sophomore. A lot of sophomores on this team for the Crabbers this year, and one ninth grader that's starting. Oh, good to see him. He's limping a little bit, but he's going off on his own power, and that gives the Crabbers the ball at their own 36. Well, let's see if they can capitalize. They didn't last time, Mike.
And they were a 61-yard.
No, I'm talking the last turnover they got.
Okay. 7:49 to go in the third period of play. The score's all knotted up at 7 apiece. Bruins fumble the ball to the Crabbers. Taylor under center. Drops back to throw. There's a pass that's underthrown to the receiver.
Bounced on the ground before it ever got to the receiver.
That was intended for Swan. He was also wide open, by the way. So that's going to make a second down and 10. Get the ball sitting at the Crabbers 36. Might want to just stick to the ground. That seems to be working right now, huh?
Well, you want to keep them guessing.
There is Taylor on a keeper.
And we
there's
got a flag, and that's a hold. And that's they've done that right at the point 35-yard line, just shortly in the backfield. I don't know if we can catch that hold or not. But he picked up almost a first down, but all for naught.
Didn't take the referee long to throw that flag either. Just see, he let rip with it when he threw it.
Let rip?
Yeah, he let rip.
That is a good shot of Susan Bowers.
Foul, second down.
That means when he threw it, he almost threw it through one of the players.
Let her rip, huh?
He let her rip. So that's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Well, I'm going to have to call Mick McCool and ask him about them throwing the flags and letting her rip.
Well, that yellow flag kind of riffled through the air.
Rippled through there. All right.
That ends up being a loss of 12, as it's going to be second down and 22 now for the Crabbers.
The last time they got a turnover, they couldn't do anything with it. Got to take advantages of the other team's mistakes. And right now, the Crabbers are struggling.
They're going to have to call timeout because they don't have a clue right now what they're doing offensively.
Well, not only that, but if you don't call timeout, then you got an illegal substitution, another 5 yards because you had too many people in the huddle. I tell you,
that's what Tracy Parker down there is now saying to the referee. They broke the huddle with 13 kids. They should have had a penalty called.
13? They had 13? Not 12.
Yeah, well, 2 kids went running off, so there was 13 out there originally.
Oh, maybe they
had a wide receiver that took off running off, and then they had the back that was in the wrong spot, and he took off running.
Well, it might have been that the 2 people ran off because they both thought they were an extra man in.
Could have been.
And they ended up with only 10. 9? They had only 10 in there.
Which is it, 9 or 10?
I said 10. Okay, I didn't say 9. You said 9.
Okay.
What?
I'm trying to keep you straight, Bob. But you're keeping me straight, right?
I don't know. Right now, neither one of us is straight. Let's see what the Crabbers can do something. Tracy had a good argument there that they broke the huddle, went to the line of scrimmage, and at that point I think there's a penalty can be called because of what they call illegal substitution.
So now after the timeout by the Crabbers, it's still second down at 22.
That didn't change.
Ball is sitting at the Crabber 24-yard line.
Let's see what magic they've got in their pocket this time.
Back to pass. Receiver is caught. Oh, and Swan dropped it again.
I don't know if he can't see that ball coming in, but he is wide open.
He hit him right in the hands. He hit him in the only spot that counts. Look at that, right there in his hands.
Wide open. Maybe he's running before he gets the ball in his hands. I don't know. But you see
Smith is
college players and pros do that.
There's Fenner coming in.
Fenner's got good hands, but you know that young man plays a lot on defense. He got to be tired.
This is Isaac Hill to the short side of the field. That's Fenner going in motion. Nice play by Fenner to come back to get it, but he's calling it incomplete. So that's going to bring up a fourth down at 22 for the Crabbers as they will send in their punting unit. So the turnover didn't hurt Bethel.
Neither turnover they've had tonight have hurt them.
Deep punt for the Crabbers is number 24. That's Marquise Bassett. Parker is the lone Bruin back to receive the punt. All lands at the Bruin 49-yard line where it's down by the Crabbers as the Bruins will take over first and 10 at their own 49 with 6:55 to go. Score still tied 7-all.
Great field position for the Bruins.
At pretty much the entire game, Bethel has had better field position. With the exception of the first and goal that Hampton had and did not score. back into shotgun. He takes the snap and hands the ball off.
And he is being tackled and still picked up by 8 yards.
I believe that was number 26.
That's
Charles
Johnson. He's 5'8", 175, senior.
Picks up 7 on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 as the Crabbers defense is tackling and pushing them in the wrong direction. Mullins back into shotgun again. He's had a lot of success back here. Hands the ball off again to Johnson as he takes the ball.
First down.
Picks up a little bit more than 4. He'll be inside of the Crabber 40-yard line where the Bruins will have a 1st and 10.
Watch the replay, and it's just a basic handoff, but just going to the right. But he's picking up good yardage because he's getting good blocking at the point of attack.
Charles Johnson now is the lone back in the backfield with Mullen.
Well, see, this is a good chance for Mullins to get the ball, fake that handoff, and go the opposite direction. He's calling the play. Let's see what he does. Oh, it's another handoff.
Had him in the backfield, and he got through there.
Hey, Charles Johnson's doing a good job. Keep giving the ball.
Yeah, picks up 4 yards on the play down to the Crabber 35. He was surrounded by a couple of Crabbers in the backfield, but he got through the line. 2nd down and 6 now for the Bruins. 5:25 to go here in the 3rd period of play. Again, Mullins is calling the play at the line of scrimmage.
No, he kept the ball that time, and I told you that's what he was going to do.
And there goes a flag, and
that's got to be holding. But
that one is called by our referee, and that is the call.
They've called a lot of holding on both teams tonight, and we've got an injured player.
Down.
And that is Mullins, number 3 for the Bethel Bruins, and I don't know who their backup quarterback is.
He's already got his helmet off.
They got Anton Jarvis as listed as quarterback. He's just a sophomore.
And I'll bet you he's got he's got leg cramps.
Well, he's either going to take a timeout or he's going to have to miss at least a play, but if it's just a cramp, well, that's good.
It looks like they're grabbing both feet, pulling back at the ankles, trying to get his calf muscles maybe tightening up on him. He's been a pretty busy young man out here tonight.
5:10 to go in the 3rd quarter.
On a great early fall weather. Today I woke up this morning, went outside to go to work, and it was like walking into an air-conditioned space.
10-yard penalty from the
I woke up, went outside, got my car, and went up to James River Country Club and played golf.
Played golf.
Oh, what a nice day this was.
There's a replay of it.
There's a good shot of him trying to work that cramp out of his, looks like his right thigh, or even maybe the calf muscle.
So they mark off a 10-yard penalty for holding. That brings, it puts the ball back at the Crabber 46-yard line.
Nice article in the paper today about Justin and Jason Wood. Both of them played football at Bethel High School. Justin, a senior at Christian Newport, is their leading tackler, plays linebacker. His brother played football at a small college in Kentucky and now is over in Iraq. And it was a nice write-up in there, and especially important to me is that I coached his dad, Darrell Wood, when I was over at Bethel High School. And both of his boys went through, and Darrell was a good football player, and both of his boys end up being good football players at Bethel High School. Nice article in the paper this morning.
That's number 25.
Oh! And that, how many times have we seen that happen?
Theodore Baycoat is the new quarterback for the...
Okay, he is also listed here. But he's 6'3", 180, just a ninth grader.
Ninth grader?
Yeah, freshman. But
after the fumbled snap, that puts the ball back at the Crabber 49. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and almost 20.
Mullins looks like he wants to go back in, but they're not going to let him go back in, I don't think. The coach is saying, let's go, let's go. This is 3rd down and long.
Down here on the sidelines trying to stretch those calf muscles out. There's a handoff and nothing doing there as he ends up. Did he fumble the ball?
Yeah, I don't know. He's saying
they're going to say he's down.
Saying he's down. But that brings up a 4th down. Baycoat, quarterback, I know that last 2 plays for the Bruins.
Here's a replay of that. Let's see if he did fumble or whether he was down.
He was down when he got, because he's got the ball here. He's still got possession, and he's going down. He is down. The ball come out. And right there, he just takes it away from him. But it looked like his knee was down before he lost possession.
Paxton in to punt for the Bruins.
We sure that's who that is now.
Finner over here inside the 20 as he lets it go out of bounds at about the 16.
That's a good punt.
That was one that Finner probably should have got up and went and got, because there wasn't much rush downfield by Bethel on that time, on that particular play. But either way, the Crabbers held, and they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line. 3:30 to go in the 3rd period of play. The score is still tied at 7-all.
Still got, 3:30 to go in this 3rd quarter. It's been a long quarter, but we've had a couple of timeouts. We had a couple guys shaking up. And
it's amazing how fast the 1st quarter went in regards to this quarter. Going slow. A lot slower. So here the Crabbers come up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 at their own 16. Taylor on a keeper up the middle. Going to pick up about 3.
Well, he wants to cut back against the green, and when he does, there's somebody there. That time
right back into the defensive player.
That time it was big old number 86 that he ran into, and 86 is Timothy Lanier. He's 6'1", 180 junior, but he has a responsibility where he's supposed to be, and he did not overrun his responsibility that time. Tyrod picked up a few yards, but he would have picked up a lot more if it hadn't been for that young man, Timothy Lanier.
Oh, that is number 10 who shoots the gap, Bolden, and gets Taylor in the backfield.
Bolden, 5'10", 195 junior.
He loses about 2 yards on the play.
Where did he come from? Bolden. Bolden is one of the outside linebackers.
Right,
nobody hit him.
Nobody touched him.
Got the gap. Lost a little bit on that.
3rd down and 8 now for the Crabbers.
See Darius Mullins down here running around trying to keep those legs from knotting up on him.
Oh, nice play on the defense.
What a nice
cut right in front of the Crabbers, number 10, and intercepted the ball.
Well, I thought he was throwing the ball to the receiver that was further down the field who was wide open, but he didn't. This is ground level.
He had to fight just to get a free space there to throw the ball. When he threw it, what a defensive play.
Another turnover by the Crabbers, and this time
Mullins is back
deep
out
in their
there.
own end zone, or down the end of the field at the 34.
Bethel takes over at the Crabber 34, 1st and 10, 2:07 to go
Mullins
in the
back
3rd
in.
period. There's Mullen to Moore. Gets a couple yards as the Crabbers converge, number 55.
Number 32, first one to hit him, Billy Evans, just a sophomore.
Called Childress on the assist on the tackle. 2nd down and 7, gain of 3 on the play.
Mullins seems to right now have no ill effect of that cramp, but you can see he's got one sock up and one sock down. Brandon Campbell wide to the top of the screen.
Johnson right behind him along with Moore. Moore gets the ball. He's hit at the 30-yard line and works his way all the way down close to the 26.
And he stopped by on the bottom of that pile, number 55, Sean Childress, 2 37, 6'3" senior.
He gets hit right about at the line of scrimmage and still works his way down for a good 4-yard gain. Third down and just under 2 as the ball sits inside of the Crabbers' 26-yard line. You notice that the majority of this quarter we've been in Hampton territory. Mullins will keep the ball. Is hit short of the first down, but spins, and he may have it. Depends on where they mark it.
If they mark it on the line, it is not going to be
I think he's past the line, but I still think he's going to be a little bit short. Still going to be a little bit short. Whole host of Crabbers there on the stop.
It's close enough that even if he doesn't make it, you go for it on fourth down. And we get a good shot of it. Good camera work down there. You get a good bird's eye view of it. And he's right. He's about 6 inches short.
Looks like he's about the length of the football short. Be fourth down and less than a yard. Mullins will bring the Bruins up to the line. I'm going to bet Mullins keeps it.
I'd go straight ahead if I was Mullins. He's got a big guy, Pereira, there at the center.
And nobody on the defensive line lined up with him either. But he keeps it.
Oh, no.
He does not get the first down.
He should have gone straight ahead.
If he had kept straight ahead, he had 5 yards easy going straight up the middle.
Oh, you can't go laterally. You got to go north and south.
And when he went laterally,
nice job by the Crabbers.
He allowed the defense to get in there and stop him right here.
Good job that time by number 24 for the Crabbers, and that's Marcus Bassett. Boy, we've called his name a lot tonight.
Now, between Bassett and Taylor and Jacoby Fenner, those are the 3 players for the Crabbers.
And Meekins has been in on it. Childress has done a good job.
So the Crabbers defense comes up big and stops them on fourth down and short.
That turnover didn't hurt them.
There's that's Childress up the middle, wide open, gains of about 11.
That looked like Donovan Cotton, wasn't it, number 20?
Yes, it was. About 11 or 12 yards on the carry out to the 37.
Well, they just caught the Bruins a little flat right there.
Yeah, that was Cotton.
Just turned over the ball on downs, and you're a little bit flat. You hit them with a quick hitter, and up they went. You write me a note, Mike?
The guy's been in everything that's going on tonight.
Yeah, he has. I have to agree with that.
Carry by the Crabbers is stopped at right about the line of scrimmage. That will bring us to the end of the third period of play, where we are tied up at 7-all after 3 complete.
Well, the fourth quarter is brought to you in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at the Hampton Roads Center Parkway and North Armstead Avenue. For information, give them a call at 827-4670 where Nancy Staten is the manager. And the second half is also brought to you in part by Eric Thompson, realtor with William E. Wood. Eric is a Hampton City School alumni, past state champion in wrestling. Eric will help you buy or sell your home. They will find a perfect new home for you. Give them a call at 881-2004. And, of course, Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zooms is sponsoring us again this year. Zooms supports the student athletes in the Hampton City schools. And, of course, we got Tanya Super Pet Center located at Langley Square, and they've got the highest quality of pets and pet products. They've done this for over 11 years. 17,000 square foot, the largest pet center on the peninsula. They have a Big Ben, 17-foot Burmese python, dog and cat supplies, professional on-site pet grooming by Jamie. And their main feature, of course, is their pet knowledge. We do appreciate our corporate sponsors, and I won't forget our last one, and that's Heath Patel at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue. That's the subway there. We've got a penalty on this. They have subs, wraps, cookies, salads, and more. Bread is always freshly baked. Stop by and say hello to Heath and his wife, Patel, and try something good.
I think the Crabbers may have got a offside call against Bethel. They do.
Well, there you go. Instead of second and
Dead ball foul.
10.
Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
And all that means is they got in the neutral zone. You cannot do that in high school football. You can't get in the neutral zone, offense or defense.
So far in the second half, Taylor is 0 for 4 passing with 1 interception.
He has just not been on tonight.
One of the leading passers in the district, and so far this game, Bethel has done a job. Nice run for a gain of about 5 as Taylor pitches the ball out to Fenner, and he's going to pick up close to a first down. There's a replay of it.
I know who got that tackle. That's what I wanted, because I thought he was going to get more yard than that. There he comes right there. That's number 14. I thought that was Barry Moore.
He's been very instrumental running the ball on the offensive side.
Well, that picks up, right close to a first down. Man, that is close.
He's going to say it's about 2 inches short.
Just inches. Well, you know what you need to do? Quarterback keeper, but do what, Mike? Don't go laterally.
No.
Where you want to go?
Straight up the middle.
Straight ahead, baby. North or south. But do not go east or west.
Or he could take a chance on a second down and inches and try to go for a ball.
Well, it depends on what the defense is going to do. If they get up tight, that might not be a bad thing to do. You got a wide out down here. Who's this number?
It's Hill.
That's
number
Hill.
9.
Number 9.
Isaac Hill.
Isaac Hill.
He's playing off of him, so.
Well, I don't know. But they got everybody else. They got 9 guys up on the line of scrimmage.
Well, you know, in the past, Hampton would throw this little quick out flat here to get the defense to pull up, and that's when they would throw deep over them.
Yeah.
They haven't been doing that tonight. So maybe that's one of the things that Smith might be looking to do here in the fourth quarter to try to get Bethel's defensive backs up on the receivers so the receivers can snap by them.
Well, that would be good if your receivers can catch the ball, if your pass can get there. They've been having trouble connecting tonight. Doesn't mean that they can't do it, but
of Todd Nolan not being able to get the ball out.
Oh, man, they had that receiver they had last year, and Todd Nolan, that guy give the ball close to him, he'd catch it.
First and 10 for the Crabbers. There's Fenner again.
Picked up a couple 3.
I was looking to see the 2 that were back here on the 50 fall down. That was 2 Crabbers that were blocking 1 Bethel player. Put him to the ground, and the ball went 3 yards up the line. Back here.
There you go. Good shot. No, we got timeout. Officials timeout for something.
Like we've got a uniform or equipment problem by Bethel is being fixed as we speak. Second down and 7 for the Crabbers as they are at the Bethel 47. This is something of rarity in this game where the Crabbers have been in Bethel territory. For the most part, they've played in Hampton's end zone into the field, with the exception of the 61-yard scamper by.
Well, that really wasn't playing.
Taylor.
They just ran through that. They really didn't run a play.
That's right. So the majority of the game's been played in Bethel's end of the field. Their Bethel coaches at the other end of the press box are not too happy about what's going on, but
we can hear them.
We can hear them all the way, and they're all the way at the other end of the press box. It's a rarity.
If maybe their communication system isn't working.
Here's Taylor on a keeper. Oh, if he can throw the ball deep, his receiver was open, but he runs and gets out to about the 30. Boy, that's a good spot.
Yeah.
That's about 2 yards past where he went out.
Very liberal spot. Very liberal spot.
Marking
First
the
down.
ball at the 38-yard line, and I thought he went out.
You said,
40.
why didn't he pass? Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It's tough to pass if
Watch
you're
it.
right-handed and you're running
Watch
to the
where
left.
he goes out. Boom.
Yeah, well, good spot. If you're Mike, you say that's a good spot. If you're Tracy,
that's
says,
a good spot.
What, are you blind?
Nice run by Taylor as he picks up another first down as the ball rests at the Bruin 38-yard line. Crabbers on the move again. First and 10. Taylor on a keeper. Instead of pitching it out, this time he did keep it.
And that was a good fake.
Gains about 4 on the play as he's inside the 35 down to about the 34. 10:30 now left in the game. Or regulation, as I would call it.
Watch this right here. Nice fake. That made the defensive man go towards the pitch man, which gave him an opening pickup about, well, let's say 4 yards.
Second down to 6 now for the Crabbers. As Hampton has now gone exclusively to the ground game. Taylor, a little swing pass out to Fenner, who dropped the ball. Of course,
that ball
now the
was
ball
behind
him.
That ball was behind him. Tyrod is just not on his passing game tonight. And you can see that.
Oh, it went right through his hand.
Yeah, but the ball, the nose, the defense was there, and the nose of the ball was down. So the ball was dropping.
What a perfect shot we had from the camera on that replay, though, as the ball went right through his hand.
Our people in the truck doing a great job, as usual.
Third down and 6 now, with the ball sitting again at the 34-yard line.
Third down.
That was a good call there.
Yeah, it was.
Almost the same call to Fenner again as he's down inside the 20, down to about the 17.
Difference in that one and the other call is he basically threw from the pocket.
Right.
He didn't roll out that time.
And he threw the ball to him
hands.
on the move. He caught it in stride.
Fenner has great hands.
Out of the backfield. Nice play for a first down.
And I tell you, we got to think about players of the game, but wow, it's going to be tough.
Well, we already know who we can't call.
And we, just to let people know, we try to pick somebody different in the different games and not the same player all the time.
Taylor on a keeper, rolling out to the right.
He got a nice block.
Picks up about 7 yards on the play, goes out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Looks like he's going to mark it at about the 9. That'll be a first and goal.
What do you think? And him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay. We need to give that to Brent.
All right. Timeout. Timeout has been called. And I'm not real sure who took the timeout at this point. Bethel took the timeout. So with 9:19 to go here in the fourth quarter of play, the Crabbers second down and 2 at the 9-yard line.
Again, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Working on it, buddy. Working on it.
We are doing it. I'd write down numbers, but Andy couldn't read the numbers, so we have to write the names down so he knows who we got. Oh, well, somebody's got to. Just hold on to your horses. All right, Hampton moving down, and this could be very decisive for the Crabbers because we got.
He's got it. Brett has the player of the game.
Yeah, but just hold on to it. So we got 9 minutes to go in the game.
We got a long way to go before we're going to call this because anything could.
Might do that.
Here we go. Second down and 2 now for the Crabbers at the 9-yard line of the Bruins.
I look for hand off to Mr. Fenner. Uh-oh.
And they were going to try to draw him off. It didn't work, so the Crabbers will end up taking a timeout.
Well, and they've done that before. Mike Smith has used that more and more than any other coach I've seen.
Well, it's already worked tonight twice.
And, you know, you use it until it doesn't work.
That's right.
And you see the score up there in the corner, 7-7. We got probably one of the best ball games we've had in a long time. And I'm watching Bethel Bruins, and it's hard for me to believe that Heritage beat this team and Kickingham beat Heritage.
And they beat Heritage quite handily last week, too, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just one touchdown thing.
Well, Tracy Parker said they had, what, seven turnovers in the game against Heritage? And
you cannot have that many turnovers.
They led, I think, 6-0 at the half, and Heritage came out in the second half and rung up 39 points to win the game 39-14, or 13, I believe was the
And
score.
sometimes when you get behind like that, your team just loses a little step.
That was the case of everything that could go wrong went wrong in that particular game. Second down and 2. That's Fenner going towards the end zone.
Looked like he got into. Yes, he did.
8-yard run by Jacoby Fenner has put the Crabbers out in front by a score of 13-7.
And that's the first time tonight the Crabbers has been a lead. But watch this nice move right there. And then he cut inside, put his shoulder down, and just bowled over the would-be tackler.
And to attempt the extra point for the Crabbers, number 1.
Well, I tell you, that
Mitchell.
young man right there would be the player of the game had he not already received one.
He's been in almost, I'll bet you he's been 80% of every play tonight, offensive and defense.
And he was last week.
There's the snap, the hold. It's down, up, and
good.
Good. So the Crabbers out in front now, 14-7, 9:12 to go in the game, as Jacoby Fenner goes 8 yards for the Crabbers and scores.
And Matthew Mitchell puts the dot on the exclamation point. He has really worked hard at that extra point at the beginning of the season. He didn't know that's what he was going to do, and he struggled, but he has worked hard and done a good job. And, of course, everybody, I don't know if you know or not, but that's Danny Mitchell's youngest son, Matthew, and they got him listed as Matt, so I'm going to call him Matt instead of Matthew.
Yeah, he's a very good second baseman, too. Last year, he started the Crabbers varsity baseball team as a freshman.
Ninth grader. Yeah.
Right. Good ball player. I had him play a couple of years All-Stars with me during the muscular dystrophy tournament and a couple other tournaments at the end of the year about 3 years ago. So he's a good athlete. He follows right after his dad. There's the kickoff.
What
nice
a
kickoff all the way down inside the 5 to about the 4, as that is number 43 as he gets hammered. That's Terry Gray on the return out 2, and there is a flag.
And we got a push in the
Illegal
back.
use of the hands against.
Looks like you got a block in the back or something, yeah.
Let's see if we can see it here. It's going to be right there. That's exactly where it's going to be. Well,
it was a push in the back, and watch it. Boom! He made a spin move, and 3 Crabbers hit him.
On the return, illegal block in the back. On the returning team, half the distance to the goal, first down.
So now the Bruins have found themselves bottled up deep in their own territory inside the 10.
And now you got to say, okay, Bruins, can you get your offense in gear?
What did we
and
talk
Hampton,
about?
can you stop them?
What did we talk about at halftime?
We talked about a lot of things.
In regards to the changes that Mike Smith and his
always make some good adjustments. They always do.
So far, they have shut out the Bruins here in the second half and have scored 14 unanswered points to take a 14-7 lead. First and 10 now. The ball is resting at the Bruin 9-yard line. Mullen hands the ball off to
number 7.
Baldwin. As he gets back just to about the 10-yard line, he's going to gain a little bit more than a yard, and that's it.
You know what? This really limits the Bruins because you can't get too fancy down here with your back to your own end zone. As you watch the replay here,
it looks like he got out to about the 11.
The Crabbers defense has got a little bounce in their step now.
Now they've got the lead. You know, that will make a difference in anybody. You lose a lead after leading 7-0. You're the one bouncing around like that.
And not only that, Mike, but when I look at this game and I see, you know, both teams getting turnovers and not making, not
being able to do anything with it.
Cashing in on.
That's right.
Yeah, very unusual.
Second and 9 now for the Bruins, just outside their own 10-yard line. Mullins goes back to pass. Nice pass is completed out there to number 83. That's Weaver.
What a nice pass.
Couple of good passes that he's caught. That's all the way outside the 30-yard line.
That was an excellent pass and a dangerous pass. As dangerous as being at your own end zone when you're throwing the ball. But you got to do it. You got to move that chains, and that's what you got to do.
Weaver picks up a bunch of yards there and enough for a first down, and it gets the Bruins out from deep in their own territory.
And
First and 10 at their own 33.
No pressure that time on Mullins as he threw that pass. He's got a nice delivery.
Mullins' options out. There's a push in the back that has not been called. That was real obvious right at the line.
And
there goes a flag.
And that may be a
late hit.
Late hit.
Watch the replay. You'll see the Hampton player get pushed in the back. Right there. It didn't get called.
Oh, they called a face mask. Is it incidental?
Well, according to the replay, if it was a face mask, it had to be because his head didn't get jerked.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Face mask on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Watch this. What Andre's got this isolated.
His hand must have scraped across
right
it.
There, right there.
There.
But they missed the push in the back.
First down now at looks like it's about a 1st and 7 after the penalty because they lost about 2 or 3 yards on the play. There is a flag. It looks like somebody on the left side of the offense may have moved early.
Well, the defense act like one of the linebacker looked like he was going to shoot a gap, and maybe the offensive end moved.
So that 5 yards that they just picked up on a incidental face mask.
Dead ball foul. False start on the offense. First down.
Given back to the Crabbers. So now it's first down and about 12.
Okay.
The ball sitting at the 31-yard line. 7:35 to go on a running clock with the score Hampton 14 and Bethel 7. Mullins steps back to throw over the middle. Oh, and it hit about 4 players before it finally fell. There was at least 3 Hampton players that could have intercepted it.
And Mullins took a shot from it looked like number 65.
And here's the replay.
Yeah, number
Boom,
65. Look at that. Willie Hayneswood.
3 Hampton players had their hands on the ball before it fell to the ground. Second down and 12.
Willie Haynesworth, number 65, leveled Darius Mullins.
So the clock stops after the incomplete pass. 7:17 to go here in the fourth. Second down and 12. Ball still resting at the Bruin 31. Timeout now is called.
Yeah, because they're not sure what he wanted to do. And if you're not sure, call that timeout, get everybody on the same page.
Yeah, this
is
no time to make a mistake here.
No, we will pick a player of the game from each one of these teams tonight, and that player will receive a shirt. It comes from Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point of Newport News. It's your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidering, uniform, and apparel. Give them a call at 594-0411. Talk to either David Chubb or Terry McNamara.
Well, Coach Smith and his coaching staff definitely made some changes at halftime, like they always do. That's one of the things that they're known to do.
Well, they have made changes during the game sometimes, and you could see some of the subtle changes. But, boy, they couldn't at that first half. They just couldn't get anything to go. But during halftime, they got them everybody on the same page.
Second down now and 12 as the Bruins had called timeout. They're down to 1. Each team now with 1 timeout left in the game. Mullins goes back again to pass.
And this is a tough pass.
Out. Boom! He gets leveled by
guess who?
Guess who? Jacoby Fenner.
Mr. Everywhere on defense.
He gains a yard, but he gets hit pretty hard by.
Well, that yard was very painful.
Watch this. Here's the replay. Watch him coming all the way over. Whoa!
Well, he was back in case he thought he was going to pass the ball, but he made he closed rather quickly.
Tell you what, he is one of the hardest hitting 187-pound players I've seen in a long time.
You can see why the coaching staff is real high on him and why he's been starting since he was a freshman.
We'll see him another year, too. He's only a junior. Third down and long on a draw play that's not going to go anywhere.
Surprise anybody.
They end up getting back to the line of scrimmage, and that's the first time on that particular play that the Crabbers have stopped them tonight.
Well, and that was a big third down because now they have to punt it. Right there, boom. That was number 14, Barry Moore, carrying the ball that time.
So 4th down and 9 for the Bruins as they get set to punt it away.
We're under 6 minutes in the game now.
Drew Paxton is the punter there for the Bruins. Back deep is Fenner and Tevin Swan. Swan is to the near side. And that is the side that the punt is coming to. He should have caught the ball, but he lets it fall. And
that's
luckily,
no, I wouldn't catch it either. Because the worst thing is going to happen, it might bounce up to the 30.
Well, but if he had called a fair catch, he'd have had the ball in front of the 40.
Yeah, and he could have fumbled the thing. Let's just get away from
out of the
it.
way
We got
of the
the
ball.
ball. We got the ball.
So
decent field
the
position.
Bruins down the ball at the Crabber 37 where Hampton will take over. 5:37 to go here in the fourth quarter play, out in front 14-7.
Well, I'd rather let him see him let it hit like that than one earlier in the game where he
grabbed it
as people coming at him.
It was a guy standing right in front of him. He must have had a talking to by the coaching staff after that play. What do you think?
Well, I don't know about that, but the field position, well, you want good field position. And you don't want to turn the ball over.
Here we go. Taylor under center. Hand off to Jacoby. Stutter steps and gets stopped after about a yard gain. And
Jacoby didn't go north and south.
I tell you what, if he had a cut to the left when he made that cut to the right, he had an open field.
Yeah,
so he ends up no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Here's a replay. Watch it when he stutter stepped and went to his left or right. He should have gone.
Well, see, number 2 was waiting for him, but he's just got to cut up field.
2nd down and 10 as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Number 11, Swan, coming to the near side. Number 9, that is Isaac Hill to the far side. Oh, and
that's happened before.
Yes,
and that's
indeed.
Justin
That's
Bolden. The 2nd time he's done that, nobody touches him.
You know, that's got to be something that the coaching staff of Bethel saw in the films, because that's happened. That same play right there has occurred on numerous occasions tonight, where he shot that gap and there was nobody there to touch him.
Oh, we know too for sure.
4:20 to go in the fourth period. 14-7, Hampton out in front.
Well, now you got a 3rd and long.
3rd and 12 on the play for the Crabbers. Better hurry up or it's going to be 3rd and 17. There it goes. I'm sitting over here watching that referee over there. He had the flag out of his pocket, standing there holding it, and then he just throws it.
Gain 5 yards.
Dead ball foul, delay game on the offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Fastest 25 seconds I've seen in a while. How many is that tonight? That's at least 6 or 7 delay games tonight.
I would have to say at least 7, if not more.
So it is a 3rd down and about 17 for the Crabbers. Tyrod Taylor fumbles the ball off the snap and has to fall on the ball. So now the Crabbers are going to be forced to punt. They'll lose a couple more yards on the play. In the punt for the Crabbers is number 24. That's Marquise Bassett.
That was
He's been a busy young man.
An anemic offensive series.
Yeah. This is number 20, Lionel Parker. That's deep for Bethel. 3 minutes and 30 seconds on a clock that is running. He gets the punt off from a short. Well, he took a chance taking that ball off the ground, but he ends up picking up about 2 yards after he picked it up. But the Bruins will take over possession, 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Wow, we're getting closer and closer. We're inside of 4. We're down to 3:15, so the Bruins have got plenty of time.
One timeout
to move
left
this
each
ball.
team.
Now you got to say to your defensive, the Crabbers, fellas, we got to step up, and stop them. We've got to look out for the different things they've been doing all night.
Hampton's got 12 kids on the field.
Oh, they got 11.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They've got 12 on the field.
I don't think they caught it.
Yeah, they did. There's the flag over there. It finally got thrown. And it took the referee until the play had been snapped to call it, but he knew it. Hampton had 12 players on the field. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm counting 12 on the field now.
Well, you can get by with it, fine, but you're not going to get by with it.
Somebody's got to come off the field now because they've got 12 on the field.
Nobody wants to come off.
They still don't even recognize the fact that they've got too many kids on the field. I'm counting them. There's 12 sitting there.
Well, the penalty.
We have a dead ball foul, substitution infraction on the defense. The play was stopped. The play was stopped. 5-yard penalty.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now they got 11,
the flag
right?
out and got in.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now there's got 11. Somebody just didn't want to come out of the game.
Well, they called it a dead ball penalty before the ball was snapped.
Which it is, yeah.
The correct call, 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 5 now with the ball sitting at the Bruin 47.
And Mullins
in the shotgun. This is where he was successful in the first half. Pass over the middle is underthrown. Got a receiver right here, number 4, Campbell, that stood there for a good 5 seconds with nobody around him, and he never threw it to him.
Well, 5 seconds, I don't believe, but he was there for a couple seconds anyway, wide open. 5 seconds, that's not 5 seconds, Mike. That maybe is 2.5. I think you're the one that's been calling these delay of penalties.
Don't get nasty now.
You got a fast
Mullen
clock.
On the keeper up the middle, nobody there to stop him. He gets outside, down to about the Crabber 30.
He is running out of tacklers.
2 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in the 4th period.
They're hitting him and not wrapping him up, and he's making good moves.
1st and 10 for the Bruins at the Crabber 30.
And that stopped the clock because he went out of bounds. Got 2:52 to go.
Boy.
Right here, now watch. There's one right there. Wow, only one person. I thought he missed.
Childress forced him out of bounds. Again, he's in the shotgun. And again, he's going to run it up the middle. And he gets the ball inside the 25.
But there's no place to go, not like he had outside where he picked up about 15 yards.
He got 6 on this one. 2nd down and 4.
And they got one timeout and the clock is running. 2:30. And they're in the hurry-up offense, hurry-up mode. And Mullins is calling the play at the line of scrimmage.
Again, he's in the shotgun. Looks like he's back to throw. He throws the ball over the middle. Oh, and it was almost intercepted by number 24, Marquise Bassett. He should have had that ball.
And that would have been all she wrote. Well, he hit him right in the head.
He hit him in stride. Look at this.
Well, Bethel definitely
dodged the bullet that time. Coming in the game is number 14. That's Barry Moore. He's now the running back. As number 26, Charles Johnson, comes out of the lineup. 3rd down and 5. Fumble on the snap. And Mullins is in trouble as he loses about 10 yards on the play back to the Crabbers 35.
Let me tell you about that play. He took his eye off the ball. That was not a bad
was a good snap.
That was not a bad snap.
Down to 1:55 now, and it's 4th down and 15 for the Bruins.
And they got to use their last timeout.
That was a game-breaking play right there.
All right, we're close enough. Let's show them our players of the game. You think you can do? There you go.
For the
Bethel Bruins
is Jeff Fulgrim, number 7. He has been instrumental in this entire game. And number 22 for the Crabbers, Aubrey Meekins. He's been all over the place in this game defensively, too, making stops left and right. And they are definitely, both of those players are
players of the game.
And they both deserve getting the players of the game.
And there was others that deserved it, too.
Let's talk about Jacoby Fenner. Let's talk about Mullins.
Taylor, Wilson, Bassett, Childress, all those. And for Bethel, Moore and Mullins and Campbell and Corbett and Parker, just to name a few from the Bruins. So this is not an easy thing to do.
So it's 4th down and 15 out at the Crabber 35-yard line.
So right now is your last grasp hope. You've got to get the ball across the 20, or actually across the 19-yard line. And they've got everybody.
They're only rushing 3, and he almost got in on them. Mullins on a keeper. They better stop him. He gets a 1st down. He's down inside the 15, down to about the 13.
I don't know what the Crabbers were doing. They were back for the pass. You can't let the man run. You got to put pressure on him.
So the Bethel Bruins are going to have a 1st and 10 inside the Crabber 15. Look at this run. That is the same defensive lineman that lined up on the line of scrimmage that ended up chasing him down the field, and no other Crabbers converged on the play. 1st and 10 now. Again, this is Mullins with the run up the middle. He's now inside the 10 as we're down to 1:25 to go on the clock that is now running.
Yeah, because they cannot
stop it. The Bruins have no timeouts left.
Hampton does, but Hampton's not going to use one.
Mullins is back in the shotgun, along with Moore standing next to him. And Moore gets the ball up the middle, down close to the 6, and he fumbles it. They're going to call it again.
They're going to call it down.
So he is down at the 6. Clock is still running, down to 50 seconds. It is 3rd down and about 3 now. They've got to get inside the 4 in order to get a 1st and goal. Mullins is now limping now again. There's a pass that is off the shoulder pad of number 4, Brandon Campbell. That was a touchdown.
And this is 4th down.
4th down and about 3.
And the clock stopped on the incompleted pass. We can't see the ball bouncing off of Campbell's shoulder pad.
Down to 30 seconds to go. The ball is sitting at the Crabber 6-yard line. They have to get inside the 4. Ball is back to pass. There's a pass out in the flats, and it's
wide open, but it was overthrown.
And that was Fogelman, and he was wide open, folks.
All he had to do was just lob that ball up there, and it would have been a touchdown.
Overthrew him because there was nobody around him. Look at that.
Wow.
So the Crabbers dodged the bullet. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line with 26 seconds to go.
And that, fellas,
and all they got to do is down the ball.
So all they got to do is
the game. One play, and that's it. The Crabbers dodge a bullet after beating up on this team last year about a score of, it was 50-something to nothing. They come back. The Bruins have definitely came back and played a whale of a game, but are going to fall short. There's a flag on the play.
They had a chance to put this game into overtime because that man was so wide open. And
what
I know
the flag
Mullins,
is here.
and I, you know, Mullins had played a great game, but he was so open, he may have just thrown it a little quicker than he normally would have thrown it.
Not real sure what the flag is at this point.
Illegal formation on the offense. Only 6 people on the line of scrimmage. Half the distance to the goal.
Now, how
First
can
down.
you have an illegal formation when they haven't even snapped the ball yet?
Well, I don't know.
They were just still coming to the line of scrimmage when he threw the flag. Either way, did he stay outside of the goal line? I can't tell. Looks like he's going to be down at the 1.
And that'll be the
And that'll
clock.
be hit. That'll the Crabbers
They do
won't
not have to
play
snap a
run
ball.
another play. So that'll be the final score as the Bethel Bruins come up a little short as the Crabbers score 14 unanswered points here in the second period or second half of play to win this one by a final score of Hampton 14 and Bethel 7. Tonight's broadcast has been underwritten by the following sponsors: Zoom Sitco with locations throughout the peninsula, Subway located at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue, great subs, salads, and wraps, Tanya's Super Pet Center, where pets are not just animals, 49 West Murphy Boulevard, added in part by Eric Thompson, Realtor. Call Eric to buy or sell your home at 881-2004, and in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the manager. Again, thanks everybody from Darling Stadium. Mike Hauser along with Bob Hinton and Brent Musgrove. Final score, the Hampton Crabbers 14 and the Bethel Bruins 7. So long, everybody.